We want revolution.
Bookmark links on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Eyes check. Complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Informant Podcast, your new source for information regarding Mafia wars from Zynga. Pistol Pete from Stockholm.
Live long and prosper.
And tonight I have with me Chainsaw Chester, Jana, Death by Gucci, and Jennifer, the Mafia Wars loot lady.
What's up? How was everybody?
Good.
Doing well.
We missed you yesterday.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we had a meetup in Las Vegas.
I know you did.
It was fun.
Vegas may miss me, but I don't miss Vegas.
Well, it would have been fun if you were there.
I'd have loved to have been there. Now, if you guys can get one in Dallas, I'll go.
That's the next one.
But Pete and Mike were there, and me, and then about maybe 5 other people.
Is that it?
Well, it was kind of short notice.
Right. It was a good group.
Yeah, we had a good time. Drank a lot of beer. I gambled.
Gave a lot
Pete
of
taught
introduction to Spocklets.
There were a lot of people there that never used scripts before, and Pete corrupted them.
There were like, what, 5 extra people? So that had a lot of people?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta start somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
I think we
That's
corrupted.
kind of guy, huh?
Yeah.
I think we corrupted like 3 people, maybe.
Yeah.
And they're just loving it. They have a whole new love for the game.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
So, Jen, what's going on in Mafia Land?
Oh my God, a lot. And I'm going to try to segment it so everything kind of groups together. But just about any area of the game, something new has come up. A lot of stuff with fighting. First of all, we got new fight loot, 4 new items.
Yep.
We got new Fight Club loot, 8 new items, I believe. And I'm not going to buy my items yet with my victory coins until I really figure out what's the best ones to buy. And we were waiting for the new Brazil loot to come, but that's an event and it's not permanent loot. So I'm not going to let that factor into my decision.
That sucks.
Yeah. But I still don't know for sure which ones to get because you have war loot, operations loot that kind of bump out some of them. But the majority of the top 8 loot now is Fight Club loot. So if you've been hanging on to your victory coins, now is the time to spend them.
We have the Fight Club buyer, Spocklet, that will let you go out and choose which item you want to buy and then the number of items that you actually want to buy, and then it'll just go out and run. It's a pretty basic, simple script. It just basically pops up 2 alerts, and then that's about it.
I'm surprised Zynga hasn't copied that from you yet, because if you actually try to buy it without a script, you have to click, scroll, find the item, buy it once, and do it all over again. Like it would take hours.
It does take a really long time because you have to do show all in order to see all of them, and then it could be time consuming. So that's the reason why we wrote it.
Right. So and usually when you do something like that, they usually pick it up and put a feature into the game that allows that. Okay, so we got some changes on the fight list as well. We no longer have icing and revenge pop-ups. Thank God.
Thank you.
Those made fighting impossible.
It did. It was horrid.
I know. So now they're incorporated in the little box. There's our first ice season event, which we're going to have one every week, and the goal is to get 1,000 ices, and you get a badge, which at the end of the week will show up on your profile name. And if you master diamond level all the way to the end, you'll get a nice loot item.
So how many ices do you have to do to get
1,000? But if you only get
God.
if you get 180 ices, you'll get the diamond badge next to your name, but you'll only get the ruby loot item. So you're talking about 800 ices to get a better loot item. So if that's not really important to you, I wouldn't stress it.
Yeah, and have fun doing that manually.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm already up. I've only got like 15 left before I hit diamond.
Well, there you go.
Right, and then you
the
can
man.
stop. You just won't get the diamond level loot if you don't get the 1,000 ices, but your badge will still be diamond level.
We don't need no stinking badges.
Well, you're going to get a badge. And you already got the best one.
Okay.
So that's kind of fun. It's not, originally everyone thought it was going to be a family related event, but it's an individual thing. And they added a bully throttle is what it's called. And I imagine this will be out in future family icing events. And what it does is if you attack a target, they said 50, up to 50 times that will activate the bully throttle. When I tested it, I was able to attack the same person 55 times.
And what the hell does that mean, bully throttle?
When it's activated, you can still ice that person, but those ices will not count towards your mastery.
What?
Yeah.
That's a load of bullshit. Because here I am, there are people out there that are whales who have some hellacious amount of health. And if they are, and even the people that don't have a hellacious amount of health, if they heal, then you're easily up to 50.
No, you have to ice them for it to count.
So you're saying that if I ice you more than 50 times?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And it was most likely put into place because the community just went on fire and acted like attacking a mini account was a crime punishable by death. And they didn't like that. And
Here's the other deal. When we're in a war with another family, and I ice the person more than 50 times, you're going to throttle me?
You can still ice them 50 times during the event. It won't.
Okay,
it won't
so it's
count.
only during events.
Right, but there's going to be an event every single week.
See, that's kind of crappy.
You just won't get credit for the event mastery, but you can still ice them. You can ice them 1,000 times if you want.
Okay.
You're just only going to get credit for 50 ices.
I guess that's fine.
And it doesn't sound like you all care much about the loot anyways.
Well, it depends on the loot. I like that gun that's 100 attack. That's pretty good.
You'll still get it. You'll still get the, you can still get fight loot and all that. You just won't get that mastery item.
I guess that's a big enough deal.
Yeah, it's really not. So now when there's the next family icing event, then everyone can shut up about people attacking minis 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And who cares? If that's how you want to do it, do it. But now you'll only be able to do it 50 times.
Cool.
And then one thing that's confusing players is you will not get that loot item or the badge until the event is done. So you got to wait till Tuesday. Okay, the big news today is stamina packs are here. And they're on the free gift page. You can accept one every 16 hours. And when you accept it, it instantly is used. And it will only bring your stamina up to 100%. So if you accidentally accept a stamina pack and you're at full stamina, you got to wait 16 more hours to get another one. So you need to be careful with that. If you use scripts to accept gifts, make sure you ignore stamina packs.
Yep.
The Ruby Loot event is here, and I touched on that. But there's 7 items. There's no limit on how many you can get, but you're going to be spending a lot of energy to get them. And you can farm them from any job as long as that job is Ruby mastered. So you just need to have one. I did a couple runs on like a low energy job and a high energy job. They drop more frequently on the high energy jobs, but they will still drop on the low energy. And the first job in District 1 costs 54 energy points. And I was able to get like, I think 6 items. But then on the last job in Brazil, they dropped quite frequently. Okay, so that's not as big of a deal as we thought it would be, because originally everyone thought it was a permanent thing and it would be new loot, but it's only going to be here for a limited time. Zynga eliminated the SMS mobile feature to Mafia Wars, where you could use text messages to do jobs, rob, bank, collect on your properties.
That sucks.
And so if you haven't got those 3 achievements, you're not going to get them because it's over and done. They didn't even really make an announcement. They put it on the customer support page like the day it was canned. So there was.
Gee, thanks for letting everybody know.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job with that. So if you try to use that, you're going to get a message that the feature's no longer available.
So I guess when I quit Mafia Wars, I just won't tell them.
Yeah, they don't care.
They feel worthless.
I know. It's not just you. It's everybody.
So I'm unique just like everybody else, huh?
Yes. There's a survey right now to choose what city. They might have shut it off, but we had 3 cities to pick from. We had Chicago, Baghdad, and Tokyo.
Tokyo. We already been to Tokyo.
I know. I kind of thought that too. Well, we were in Thailand. I don't know how close the 2 are. And
well, I mean, Tokyo was like a little event, wasn't it?
No.
We never did anything in Tokyo.
Uh-uh.
Are you sure?
We did The
Challenge
sheriff?
mission, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was?
Yes.
I don't think so.
You don't even know the game you play.
I think there was a challenge mission that was Tokyo.
Yes, there was.
There was no Tokyo.
No?
He was
There-
like, there's Dr. Dre.
Nothing even remotely related to Japan
Damn.
in any challenge mission.
All right, whatever.
He had the Japanese fan. Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
See, I
Maybe.
told you we didn't do anything in there.
Yeah. Okay, I think we got the basics out. The big thing I want to discuss is the return of the Raven.
Ugh.
Yeah.
This is so ridiculous that it's making me consider quitting Mafia Wars.
Cool.
Yeah, you'll be happy. Well, first of all, he has way more health than he used to. He had 30,000, now he has 55,000. They nerfed the shotgun blasts, so you can't use them on the Raven, and they added these sniper shots, which would be okay if we could accept them through feeds, but they only drop when you ice somebody, and they don't drop on every ice. Like, people are complaining, blowing like thousands of stamina and not even getting one.
Right.
And the drop rates for the other consumables are horrific as well.
Right.
Which, yeah, you could suck it up and collect enough consumables. The problem is once the Raven is activated, you get 8 hours. So they expect us to farm ammo and kill the guy in an 8-hour time frame.
Impractical.
It's just not going to happen. And you have to spend reward points. I had full of everything except sniper shots left over from the last Raven. Didn't even touch it.
Yeah.
Like I used the combos, but still I was left with 0. I ended up spending, I don't even want to say how many reward points, only because I wanted to make the blog post. And the whole time I was really annoyed going, oh my God, I'm supposed to do this 100 times.
Right.
And, yeah, I could just skip this and say, screw the loot. It's going to be obsolete in a couple months anyways. And I would be fine with that. But then they're going to slap an achievement. And I'm like an obsessive person with achievements.
And they have 2 achievements, no less, not even just 1.
Well, there's 3 actually. Yeah,
well,
you
yeah,
gotta-
I mean, you get the first one, but then you got to get
yeah.
the 10 and then the 100. Yeah.
And I could probably do the 10 and be okay with it. Just mildly annoyed. But I am not going to spend, 50, 60 reward points 100 times.
Why not?
Well, I'm baffled over why they even dropped the feed option. If this is supposed to be a social game and they like the idea of posting to walls, those were acceptable post to walls
Right.
to get those shotgun blasts in the past. So why would they remove that functionality? It's beyond me.
Because probably we talked about it and posted about it.
That it was possible to use it?
Yeah.
Well, so what? Get over it. I mean, again, if that's the social part of the game, and okay, then you got to have them drop randomly during any fighting then.
And why limit it to the 8 hours? And that's what really pisses me off because I'm playing the game probably more than most people. Well, at least on my computer.
Right.
What is the casual player supposed to do that has a family or has to go to work? Gets his Raven pop up right before he has to go to work. Is he
Yeah,
gonna-
those losers.
Yeah, well, they're not losers. They're productive members of society. So they're
Oh, I
trying.
wouldn't say that.
So what are they saying to you, Chester? Oh, you have a job. Just go buy the ammo.
Yeah.
You-
Well,
Well,
I've
and
got-
that is what they're saying, but the reality is that, I don't know why there has to be a time limit on it. They have a fight section of the operations, and in that section, they could dump in, numerous Ravens if you've come across them, and you fight them on your own timetable. You know what I'm saying? Just like you get
Yeah.
operations and they sit there until you're ready to start them, why couldn't they let you collect the randomness of the Ravens?
Why? Because they're greedy bastards.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
all they're looking for is a bottom line. And what they need to do is they need to stop doing some of that and realize that the rest of us aren't going to do it. We're not going to spend the money. Okay?
yeah.
And it's the free players that make the game more enjoyable for the ones who spend money because what's going to happen when only credit card players are left? Like, who are
That's
they
right.
going to have to attack? How are they going to go to the fight list and attack anyone? Because there's not going to be many people there. Unless they old accounts that quit.
Well, I agree, and I think we've just now came to the point again of having event fatigue. Blatant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, 7 different things all happening at once?
I made a list and I have like 16 things written down. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about all of them because we have limited time.
Right.
But all at once. And they went like a whole week during 4th of July with nothing.
And we still haven't even finished the mission that
Oh, we had an
ends
icing
in another
event going
3
on,
days,
didn't we?
plus an icing event that was already occurring,